My opponent says that same-sex marriage will oppress the gay identity. Again, I must point out that there is no such thing as a gay identity, and that the term gay is not inclusive to all identities of the LGBT movement. Furthermore, same-sex marriage is not about upholding a heteronormative society, but allowing same-sex partners to have the same protections as different-sex couples. My opponent offers dissenting opinions from within the community, but they do not prove that the majority of the LGBT movement disagrees with same-sex marriage, just that some people disagree, as some people always will. On the contrary, the fact that same-sex marriage is currently at the forefront of the movement in fact seems to point to the opposite. It makes no sense that any issue other than the one generally considered most important would be at the forefront of a movement. Single LGBT people will also benefit from the legalization of same-sex marriage because a massive cultural momentum will bring with it, and is bringing with it, visibility and education, and it will also legitimize their identities. The LGBT movement must work in cooperation with the dominant society and find compromise, otherwise they will never escape the label of other, as I argued in my last video. My opponent argues that currently LGBT people have to hide their identities to appease society, but same-sex marriage is not about hiding one's identity. If anything, it is a much louder and more visible display of identity than job discrimination legislation. Same-sex marriage challenges cultural ideas about LGBT identities and then asks society to accept them. On a cultural level, this is the most effective way to fight the stigma and prejudice against LGBT people, which in itself will reduce discrimination. In 2009, Gallup did a study which showed that cooperative and positive interaction between LGBT and non-LGBT people reduces sentiments of prejudice, and without prejudice there is no discrimination. Discrimination laws, however, are purely legal. They are not social change. Thus, I believe that for a true cultural revolution to accept LGBT identities, same-sex marriage must stay at the forefront of the movement. Thank you.